So I'm just going to show you how to undo the Freecoaster. So Allen key in this side under here. And then we're just going to take that one off. And then you got this little washer here as well. Just give that a wiggle. There we go. Take that washer off there. Just have to loosen him up a bit. There we go. Okay. And then give this here a tap. Driver can come out. Give this here a tap. And then your whole thing's here. And then your clutch is in here. So the clutch is still inside the hub. Okay. I'm just going to show you a little bit of information I found out about my Freecoaster and some slippage. So bear with us through the video. Right, I'm going to just try and run through with you the basics of how a Freecoaster works. Just have had a bit of trouble with mine. Pulled it apart a couple of times, talked to a few people, and maybe this video will help you understand if you have any problems. So basically a Freecoaster is a freewheel rolling hub that allows you to roll backwards without the pedals turning, yet you can still pedal forward and makes you gain speed. So in this motion here, we're just going to go, this is pedaling forward and this is back pedaling. Now you notice this thing here is called the clutch. Okay, so what happens is I pedal forward, see how the clutch comes in? Pedal backwards, the clutch goes out. You can see that moving. This here moves across backwards and forwards. As this moves across, it grips, this part here grips the inside of the hub, forces and wedges it into the inside of the hub, which in turn makes everything turn. Okay, so that's basically how a Freecoaster works. Pedal forward, clutch comes in, grabs the hub, makes you go forward, stop pedaling, and as the hub rolls, this comes back. And if you back pedal, it also comes backwards, see? When you back pedal. So it disengages. So that moves forward, engages into the hub, stop pedaling or back pedal, it disengages back to here. Now these over here is your washers. These here are your spacing washers. So by having less of these washers in, I've got it adjusted here with the minimal slack. So the less washers you have, the further this clutch moves backwards. The further this clutch moves backwards down here. Now the further that moves backwards, the more pedal rotation has to happen before the clutch starts moving. So minimal slack means the clutch has to travel a further distance before it engages on the inside of the hub at this point. So by removing these, this clutch comes back further here. And then the further that comes back, the further it has to engage. The further it engages, the more pedal turn you get. So you might want it, you know, from that pedal turn to that pedal turn. Some people like a quarter crank or half crank slack, but mine's adjusted with maximum numbers of washers here to try to get minimal slack. Now what I've just found out is inside here, you see these little things in here. These are your resistance, and that gives this clutch resistance. Now what was happening with mine was I wasn't getting any resistance. So the hub, as the clutch turned, when you pedal, see how the clutch is turning now? See how it's turning? Well, what was happening, it was turning back here. It was turning back here. And it kept turning for a while until eventually it decided, you know, I've turned enough, I'm going to pull forward. Because these little resistance bits, I'll show you in a soon when I take it out, these little resistance bits wasn't holding this clutch. So I'm just going to take this out and off just to show you that as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm just taking this off here. So take this cone nut here. This one comes off. You got a little washer there. That's a little washer. And there's the driver and the clutch. Now these are the little resistance washers, or the resistant bits I was talking about. You can see there's 1 and 2. And what happens is that allows the clutch to stop from rotating in a way. So as the clutch comes on, you can see how they click on, and then there's resistance. You can hear it. You know. You can hear that resistance. Now when that resistance is there, that means that's going to move in. So if we adjust that, we'll just take this one in a little bit. So there's no resistance on there at all. Put the clutch back on. See how it rattles around. And then when that goes on, see how as you turn that, the clutch doesn't want to move. Oh, there, it moved a little bit then. We'll push it back. See how it's just turning, and then it's finally moving in. And that's what was causing my slippage. So if you're going through maintenance on your Freecoaster, then it might be pay to just keep an eye on these little resistance bits. If you're getting major slippage, then keep an eye on these little things and adjust them out so that it's hitting on the inside of that clutch, just on the inside there. Alright. Hopefully that little bit of information helps you out. Alright, so we're just going to put everything back together again. So hopefully that configuration is still as it is. You see I've got a hubcard on that one. Okay, so put your clutch on the axle, slide it through in here. Okay, put your driver on and just let it thread in so you can pick up the clutch. Okay, and then give it a tap from the back over this side. Nice and solid. Put your driver in. Okay. Double checking. Washer. Now that washer is on a sort of got a chamfer to it. So make sure that the flat part is outwards and the sort of angly bit is on the inside, so it hits just on that part of the bearing. Otherwise you're not going to have it rolling freely. Okay. Grab the Allen key, which I think is in there. Okay. And then do that back up again. Because they're steel bearings, you can't really over tighten them too much, just so they're nice and snug. And there we go, all sweet.